Welcome back, everyone. First up on the plaza, we have the CEO of EastSide Charter School, Aaron Bass, along with Maurice Ragland, segment director at Barclays. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, so excited to have you here on set of Good Morning Wilmington.
Now, before we get started, everyone, we forgot a special shout out that we had to wish someone happy birthday, right, Aaron?
Oh, yeah. So somebody's turning 40, and I wanted to make sure that the newest addition to the Eagles family. I got this for you, Logan. Happy birthday, brother! And this is the coming out party. Glad you signed the document and signed the Eagles contract. It is a binding contract, and we appreciate you joining the actual team that has a good season. My brother Maurice Ragland is also going to be there tonight as the Eagles beat the Vikings Monday Night Football. Thank you for letting me make
There's
sure
a lot of shade going on here on the plaza.
Lots of announcements. No. We want to celebrate. You know, when people make good decisions, like Rick Ross came on, he made good decisions after. People can make good decisions with their football teams after in life as well, so we appreciate you.
And that's the perfect segue about good decisions, right? Mm-hmm. The decisions of Barclays and EastSide Charter.
Yes.
You guys are doing some great stuff down at EastSide. Last week I was there and for a ceremony to celebrate the new STEM project that's going on. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So yeah, we have a STEM hub that we are building on the EastSide property. It's run by our First Community Foundation, which is the foundation that owns our property, and it's in partnership with the Wilmington Library, also with Comores, with Barclays. The idea is that where do you access STEM? So Delaware's #1 industry, medical fields, engineering, banking, you name it, it's STEM. Mm-hmm. And if you happen to grow up in Riverside, you're on Southbridge, pick wherever you happen to be, where do you access STEM? Right. And so now we have people like Barclays has been mentoring for 20 years. EastSide Charter School said, we're going to stand up and stand in the gap of where there's not resources. Comores said, we're going to commit our funds and make sure that we're not only committing capital, but human capital to make sure that if you want to get an $80,000, $100,000, $200,000 job, then you know how to do that. And there are people that work with you on that. So we had Denny from Barclays there, Maurice, who's also a board member at EastSide Charter School there, and we have a lot of other supporters because we want to make sure that you have access to a great future, and it starts with the work we're doing here in Delaware.
Amazing, amazing. I was able to look up on the website. I believe if you go to EastSide Charter's website, it shows some plans for what the school will look like. I believe I caught that and I was like, wow, I mean, magnificent. Mm-hmm. Little peek, and I know that the enrollment right now is about over 400 students and you're bursting at the seams, so you need the space, which is important. It's important for our children, important for our kids to get a good education, but also have the proper resources. So this is so incredible what's going to happen. Yeah. So Mr. Ragland, well, Maurice, tell us a little bit more about your involvement.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think for me, one, having the great opportunity to sit on the board of EastSide, I have a chance to witness firsthand the wonderful work that's happening at EastSide, the opportunity of kids to really have a tremendous education.
Yes.
And for us at Barclays, we've been in collaboration with EastSide for now 20 years. And it really started with us developing a mentoring program, where we wanted to ensure that kids just had the opportunity to connect socially and emotionally, as well as helping them with their homework. And so it's been a wonderful partnership for us over the last 20 years. And really, this is just an extension of what we've been doing, feet on the ground through the mentoring program, and really just making a tangible investment into the lives of not only the kids, but into the community, which is really just a part of the DNA for Barclays.
The key word here is investment, right? And we see that with what's going on to that whole corridor on the north side, from the affordable housing that the work group is putting together, and now something with education. Where do you see this investment, or what else would it do for the kids, for the community, for creating jobs and creating a whole new pathway for kids with education?
Yeah, well, I'll let you go ahead and start.
I'll jump in. I think, one, having access to those executives and employees that are able to come in from these corporations, and so we can show you what we're doing. I think workforce development, just having access. The Wilmington Library, which just won an award as the greatest library in America, is going to be running this, so it's not just for Eastside families or community,
Right.
it's for the entire public to come in and have access to this. So there'll be job fairs, internships, there's training in coding, there's training in all STEM. We have a NASA scientist that actually came on board and said, I want to be a part of this because this is something that will be revolutionary. And so the only thing we realized is that you need to give people an access point. So when Barclays came to us, they started mentoring not because they wanted to just do something nice, but one of the conversations was, we need to look at employees for the future. And so when somebody's in 2nd grade or 8th grade, we started this mentoring program. How do we extend this? So now when they're in high school, when they're in college, they can bring their friends and be able to access this. So for labor, we now have people with the most amount of promise now have access because we have not, because it has been available. And so now we provide that gap. And so I look forward to seeing 20 years from today when our future board members, our future DETV, because we're talking about DETV being at the studio. There's a TV studio being built at the STEM Hub. So we'd love to have the next Ivans and Vincenzas come out of this partnership. But I think it's a great way to show what you do. It's amazing. By the way, shout out to the entire work group. And so what's taking place with multiple hundreds of millions of dollars being invested in the community, you're seeing an entire community come together with community members, with leaders, with corporations, and then with politicians and elected leaders say we have to do better. And this is an example of how this is taking place.
Right. This is so tremendous.
Yeah.
Really, it is.
It's the perfect ecosystem.
Yes.
It's the perfect ecosystem. When you have, and I was sitting in the mayor's office about 2 weeks ago, and I love talking to the mayor, right? And what he said was something that was so profound. He said, you know, we need more kids that look like you to see you.
Yes.
And he wasn't just talking about me. He was talking about the Logan Herons. He was talking about the Aaron Bass. He was talking about the Serrans. He was talking about Marquivas. They need to see us, right? And then when you look at, and I was over there, and all I saw, black faces, young black faces that had embedded in them, I now have a chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's the power of the mentoring program, right? Because, you know, I happen to lead at Barclays, we have a Black Professional Forum. And so, you know, being able to take, you know, black faces and allowing the kids to see people who look like them achieving and being successful. And that's also part of the reason for, you know, with the STEM Hub that has us so excited. When you think about kind of where the jobs of the future are, it's in a lot of those science and technology fields. And ensuring that our kids are not getting left behind in those arenas and in those spaces, making a tangible investment to ensure that they're up to speed and on par and even exceeding some of their peers in the spaces of science and technology is huge to ensure that they're prepared for the jobs of the future. And so that's why this is such an important partnership for us.
And when you look at, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Please.
Because I'm excited, right? Because I'm excited. Because when you look at the city of Wilmington, right? We're going to talk just about the city of Wilmington. The city of Wilmington and where they're going with their job market. There is no more assembly lines for cars or anything like that, right? It's science and technology. Like all the apartment buildings are coming up for people that can work from home or hop off the train and get back on the train or whatever. Science and technology. And it's so great that Barclays, EastSide Charter are making an investment in the youth to say 15, 20 years from now, where are you going to be?
Right.
And you know, when I started teaching film at Akumba, it's like, and that was 8 years ago. So I'm seeing these kids in college now run up to me and say, "Hey, Mr. Ivan, my major is broadcast. Can I come intern with you?" And I'm like, wait a minute. Whoa, wait, am I getting old? You know, but it's just something to see that ROI, that return of investment on that. So again, shout out to you. Salute to what Barclays and EastSide Charter and Work Group is doing. You have to say everybody, right?
Right.
So I'm freaking out.
Right. No, and it's an opportunity to build the resume. And I think starting at such a young age, I know that growing up in school, it was about building your resume, getting that hands-on experience, but now you're getting that hands-on experience right in the school, starting at a younger age, even better to build a stronger foundation, to build that confidence in the workforce, because we all know the workforce is very intimidating once you become a young adult. But I love the opportunities that you will be providing. So let's talk more about the, well, actually, I want to take it back a little bit. I want to take it back a little bit because I feel it's an important question that I feel you will understand when I say a lot of people may not know what STEM is.
I was thinking that.
So for our viewers that may not know, because I know there are many that may not know, let's break it down for them. What is STEM?
So science, technology, engineering, and math is what STEM is, and some have added the A, which is arts. And so while we still focus on STEM as that acronym, we're definitely infusing art in all that we do. And it's been amazing that we've seen that when you give people opportunity, they rise to the occasion. Yeah. I think back to our honors programs, the Apex honor students who were here last week and got a chance to do their impact lecture here. We said we have students that have the most promise, let's provide the opportunity for them. And so in the last 3 years, those students have earned over $1 million in scholarships to the top private schools in the entire state in just 3 years, and that's in partnership with Tower Hill, with Sanford, and with Wilmington Friends School. Fast forward, we said, well, we need to provide STEM opportunities, not just for EastSide, but for our parents and for the entire community. And then we had Barclays come on board, we had Comores come on board, we've had the state of Delaware come on board, we've had a number of people, foundations, and so Lafayette McHugh, and we've had Longwood, the list goes on, and Welfare Foundation, because people are saying that they want to see the return. What is amazing is not about just the numbers, and so those are impressive, and I appreciate you have to have funding to make these things happen.
Very true.
Yeah.
But you also need to have people believe in what you're doing and believe in that community, because if they don't do that, then it's all for nothing. And so we're appreciative of Barclays for engaging in STEM.
Yeah, real quick, you said available to the students and parents.
With the entire community.
Okay.
So during the school day, the STEM hub will be used by EastSide Charter School. So we're going to have our Apex honor students, they'll have access to that, and within our middle school. On top of that, evenings, weekends, all summer long, the Wilmington Library will be coming in, and this has become their satellite. So they'll be running programming out of this building. So if you happen to be at Coomba, you happen to be at Pick, the government building, if you happen to be down the street, because we don't want to do something just for our building. And part of this was, so Barclays, just give you some history, has been involved with EastSide. They redid our back area. So they made a playground area and football fields. And then one thing that Barclays said was, you cannot use this for EastSide alone. So they invested $600,000, and that back area, there's no fences to keep anybody out. There's nothing there. It's used by the school during the school day, and then afternoons, weekends, you have football teams, track teams, soccer teams. Everyone can use that, and it's beautiful. And so for the STEM hub, anybody in Delaware, anybody in Wilmington, you do not have to go to EastSide Charter School to access
See,
that.
that's amazing.
Community.
That's amazing.
That's it. Gentlemen, I could sit here and talk to you for another 3 days about
This is
this.
so
because,
tremendous.
But we have to grade, take a quick break. Camera right there, you got 30 seconds. Tell them about the project, what you got going on.
So the STEM Hub is taking place at EastSide Charter School. We're thankful for all of our partners that have jumped on board to make sure that we can make this successful. Again, running by the Wilmington Library as a satellite for them, but anybody can access STEM. If you are a corporate partner that wants to get involved, definitely reach out to us at EastSide Charter School. If you are a community member that wants to get involved in this new endeavor, definitely let us know. We plan on opening in 2024 and making it accessible by the entire public. So thank you all to DETV and to Barclays for your support, as well as all of our supporters for making this thing happen.
I'm super excited. Guys,
Thank you.
again, congratulations and salute to
Yes.
what you guys are going on, and thank you for doing what you're doing. I swear we need some Capeless Heroes trophies.
Yes, just a hand right here.
Just a hand out.
Here you go.
Again,
you.
thanks again.
Ivan, I'd be remiss if I didn't celebrate you for what you're doing to get the word out.
Thank you.
So thank you for being a voice to the community.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes.
All right, Vincenzo, them pesky little commercial breaks. You gotta pay those pesky little